Channel 12, Arizona's leading news station, this is Action News.
Good evening, I'm Kathy Kirchner.
I'm Rick DeBrule, sitting in for Bob Salter. This is day 46 of captivity for the American hostages in Tehran. And today, a bit of heartening news came from Iran's interior minister. In an interview given to a Tehran newspaper, he said the government would welcome Christmas visits to the hostages by their relatives. However, he also said the final decision on that would have to come from the students in control at the U.S. Embassy. Also in Tehran, some 50,000 people mourning the death of an aide to Ayatollah Khomeini marched on the occupied embassy once again. They placed the coffin containing the body of Mohammad Maffateh in front of the locked gates. They also alternated chanting "Death to America" with wailing verses from the Holy Book of Islam. Maffateh and two of his guards were shot to death yesterday at Tehran University. In Panama City, Panama, there were more demonstrators today, this time by high school students who are protesting the presence of the ousted Shah of Iran in their country. The students threw rocks and firebombs and did damage to automobiles outside their school. Police moved in and broke up the melee by using tear gas and firing shotguns.
The Senate today gave its prelims installed.
It's been 1 year since the big flood started here in Arizona, and today investigators say they are sure there was no time for warning the 6 people who drowned when a bridge near Black Canyon City washed out. Gene McLean was at that scene this morning where the bridge was washed out and where it's being rebuilt.
It was 11:20. Gene McLean, TV 12 Action News.
For people who leave the state hospital here in Arizona, it can mean the start of a rough ride.
David Page explains in part 3 of our series, A Case of Neglect, and that's next. Fred, this is new for me. I am used to sitting there and having people ask me what's going on in sports. What's going on in sports?
Well, let me ask you, Rick, what's going on in sports?
This is his news.
Frank Kush.
Frank Kush. The man knows even when he sits in that chair. From our, I'll have to see it before I believe it department. He becomes only the 3rd player in National Football League history to capture that title in his first 2 seasons in the league. Quite an accomplishment. And quite a super young man. I met him in Austin, Texas last year.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be here tomorrow night?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is here tonight, but we have a report and we'll show you tomorrow.
I see. Okay.
I thought you were going to give Kathy some tips tomorrow.
Yeah.
Down in Lubbock, Texas, some burglars broke into a sandwich shop and stole $164 worth of sausage. They thought the shop was run by Iranians, so they left a note. It said, "We are holding your meat hostage, and if any American hostages in Tehran are harmed, your meat will be eaten." Only one problem, the employees at the shop are Arabians, not Iranians.
No comment on that story. The way the weather has been here lately, no one would have to be held captive to stay in Phoenix.
Boy, that's for sure.
It's been real beautiful, and we're going to come back with the weather with Ed Phillips. Dewey Hopper is still searching for the great white snow, and Ed Phillips was on the radio 10 minutes ago at KOY, and here he is now to fill in with the weather.
Right here. Yes, Dewey will be back tomorrow, and I'll be able to take a nice long rest.
You need one, I think.
And can I say the word unsettled for the weekend? Does that mean anything?
What does unsettled mean?
Unsettled means it can go either way. It looks like it probably will be a sort of a chain of storms moving through. That storm track has kind of shifted closer to Arizona. So we could get into a fairly off and on wet type of pattern.
How long is it going to last? I mean, how long is the stormy period
Probably
going to
for
last?
Christmas.
Right, I was going to say
Really?
that. It looks like the stormy period could last off and on right through Christmas.
So will they have white Christmas in the
White
mountains?
Christmas in the high country. I'm not going to promise that because you never use that word in weather forecasting. Never use the word promise, but it does look like there will be some snow in the mountains for Christmas.
That might be nice. Okay, thanks, Ed. Hardly anything tastes as good as freshly made bread.
And join us next time, won't you, on The Butcher?
The Food and Drug Administration and the Agriculture Department would like to see different labels on foodstuffs in the future. Specifically, more information about what we're eating and put in simpler terms so that all can understand the ingredients. We'll be right back to show you how some people enjoy their ride to home from work.
And also a word or two about the tradition of gift giving.